All right, everybody, what's going on? How's everybody doing? I hope that you're doing well and hope you're feeling well. Can everybody hear me? I'm working on a few different things right now. I want to make sure that my audio is doing well. Can everybody hear me on Instagram, Facebook, all of it? Can you guys hear what I'm saying? I want to make sure. I tried to do a run through last time. It just didn't work, but I hope that you guys can hear me. All right. So if you can't hear me, let me know. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. It's not just a happy new year, it's a happy new you. So if this is your first time on my podcast. Welcome. My name is David M. Pinkston, but I go by the name of DMPSpeaks. I am a public but an empowerment speaker. I am a board certified Christian counselor, but I'm also a coach, and I coach individuals become their best, the best version that they can be. And I also help families, parents, guardians reconnect to their children, even their grandchildren, because I am a family man and I believe in the family dynamic. And I want to see not just people, individuals win, but I want to see families win. And I come on here every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we talk about current events. We talk about different topics that come to mind, and I want to help build you up for the next 20 to 25 minutes to help you in your life. So I'm so glad to be with you all on this evening. I'm not sure where you are watching from, but I'm hoping that you guys are doing very, very well. So with that, let's get into the topic tonight. Tonight, the topic is simply put, limitless. Limitless. We are talking about limitless. We're living limitless. So there's a lot of L's going on, but we are living limitless. We have to live this life without limits. Some of us, if we can be honest, let's jump into this topic tonight. And I need you guys to do me a favor. I need you to share this with someone. You know, somebody that needs not just what I have, the information. This is how we grow as an individual in our families and in the community. We take what we have as information and we share it, because when we share it, when we get strengthened, we are supposed to strengthen our neighbors. You strengthen the person that's next to you. So I want you to share this with someone, because tonight, again, we're talking about living limitless. That's what we're talking about. I want to pose this to you. I want to give this to you. So do you know that you're not limited? Do you know that you're not limited? You're not limited to what you can do. You're not limited of who you can be. You're not limited, but sometimes we can limit ourselves. We can limit ourselves because of our own perspective. If we are not careful, right, we can start to live a life that is limitless. And we're trying to figure out, and you are probably have been trying to figure out, how can I live in a different mindset? Because that's where it comes from. It's not just your heart, it's your mind, because your mouth and your heart comes from your mind. What you put out of your mind, out of your mouth, comes from your mind. So if your mind is trapped and your mind has been limited to believe or have a belief that where you are in your life, it's going to be where you are, and there's no more coming after. There's nothing better coming after this. That's a life that you are living that is limited. Because when you live this life that we live, I don't care what background you come from. I don't care what nationality, doesn't matter. Ethnic background. We all have a place that we have in our lives that we felt like we were limited. We were limited because we couldn't do this. We were limited because we couldn't do that. I am asking you to start living on a different plateau. I'm challenging you to live limitless in your life. Let me ask you a question. Are you living limitedly? Or are you living limitless? Because some of us can't really answer that question. We say that we are living limitless, but the actions in our life can't say the same. We have to look at ourselves in a different way than we ever have looked before. This is 2023. And we have full of prosperous purpose and promise. Some of us are not living in that area right now. I'll say it again. Where we're supposed to be living limitless. When you live limitless, you're living a life that is full of promise, purpose, and passion. Let me say it again. Promise, purpose, and passion. Let me break it down. So when we think about promise, I want to ask you a question. What promise have you made to yourself that has kept you bound, that has kept you from living a life that is promising? What life, what thought pattern, what ideas do you have that you believe in, and you believe that you have the promise, that you're living on promise? And what promise have you made to your particular self that you have not kept? Because when we don't keep the promise that we not just made to our parents and to our children, to our spouse, to our best friend, the promise that we made to ourselves to live in a different way, it is so very important that we live in our promise. Whatever promise that you have made to yourself, you got to keep that promise. See, when we break the promise that we made to ourselves, we start to limit ourselves, and we start to limit our ideas, and we start to limit our potential, and we start to limit our opportunities. We start to limit us. We start to limit our abilities. We start to limit ourselves. We're not focused as we used to be. We're not as strong as we used to be. We don't have the energy like we used to be, or used to have, excuse me. We don't have the agility that get up and go because we have limited ourselves to our current circumstances. And when we limit ourselves to our current circumstances, then we are not living where we should be at this point in time or this season in our lives. Like I stated last week, Buffalo has been through so much. We went through this blizzard. People have passed away. Families are hurting. Then we had house fires, and I want to be all negative. And then we have Mr. Hamlin trying to be resuscitated, and thank God that he's doing better. But we've been through so much. You got to look at these situations, not just in Buffalo, but in your life, and say, what do I need to change? Because like I said, resolutions are nice, but they don't last all the time. What lifestyle change are you going to start making for yourself that you keep the promise that you made to yourself? Some of you have made promises on top of promises on top of promises, and you haven't kept it. You have to be able to keep it. You have to be able to keep what you have made to yourself, that promise. Because when you keep the promise that you have, your family benefits from you living limitless. Your spouse is better. because you're living limitless and you have kept the promise to yourself. So that means if you keep your promise to yourself, then you're going to keep that promise to your spouse, and you're going to keep that promise to your kids, and to your kids' kids, and to your kids' kids' kids. It's a generation thing because you kept the promise. See, my father kept the promise. And because he kept that promise, that trickled down to my mother and to my sister, God bless her dad, and to me, and then my niece, now my children, when we have them, God bless, because we're looking for to have them. Love you, baby. This is where it is. This is real talk. This is real talk. We have to keep the purpose. Like we talked about promises, we got to keep our purpose. If you want to live in the way of limitless living, you have a purpose to fulfill. But if you are not working towards that, so we like to hustle, hustle, hustle. I said, no more hustling for me. No more hustling for me. I grind. Every single day, I grind because I grind the mill of purpose. I grind the mill of purpose. I grind the mill of possibilities because there is no limit to my purpose, and there's no limit to your purpose. But you must go seek. If you don't know what your purpose is, you must go and seek it. Because when you seek it, you will find it. Let me say it again. When you seek purpose, you will find purpose, but you must go out. People might have an idea what your purpose is, but when you want to live limitless, you got to take it upon yourself to get out of that bed, as my bro says, the bed of do nothing. I haven't said that in a while, but the bed of do nothing. The mindset of do nothing. You got to get out of that mind and that bed and that feeling sorry for yourself and start living limitless. And find not just your promise, but your purpose. Because you find your purpose, you find yourself. When you find your purpose, you find yourself. When you find your purpose, you find yourself. A lot of you don't know who you are. A lot of you are trying to figure out who you are. But when you find your purpose, you will find yourself. And when you find yourself, you can work in that purpose. And when you work in that purpose, you are helping somebody find their purpose. And then they're helping somebody else find their purpose. And it's a ricochet effect because it started with you. And that's why I'm so passionate about what I do and what I say and what I believe in. And what I put my time and energy in, because limitless is energy, because you are wasting it. Y'all hear what I'm saying? You are wasting your precious time you can't get back. The boys that I'm working with at my job, working with kids on probation, I have to tell them constantly. I know I sound like a repetitive nut. I said, if you find your purpose, you find yourself. And they said, why do you keep saying that to us? Do you really believe it? I said, because I'm going to say it over and over until you believe it. I already believe it for you, but you got to believe it for yourself. And I'm telling you this tonight. This is episode 1. These are going to be great on this podcast because you're going to get this knowledge tonight. You're going to get it. And I'm glad that you're going to get it because I want to see you change. I want you to share this with someone. I want you to tag some people in this because it's time to live limitless in this life. It's time to live limitless. See, when you take the limits off of you, we got some limits. We got some limitations. Not limitations, limitations. We have some limitations that we have on our lives, and we are not recognizing that those are limits. For example, the way you talk to yourself, when you down yourself, when you are so negative with yourself, you are downing your potential and you are living in the limitless place. You got to stop limiting your potential by talking down to yourself. Negative self-talk is a real thing. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Negative self-talk is a real thing. Share this with somebody. I'm telling you, I know I'm helping somebody tonight. Talking down to yourself, negative self-talk is a real thing. And we keep making negative self-talk too powerful because of the things that we say to ourselves on a daily basis. A lot of us, if we can keep it real, we can keep it a buck. We are so consistent with negative self-talk, it is a shame. Because some of us have not been taught how to love ourselves. Some of us have not been taught how to speak life into ourselves. But tonight is the night that you came to the right podcast, because I'm going to tell you something that you probably never heard. You are wonderful. You are wonderful. See, when you take the limits off of your life, things start to make more sense. You start to, what's the word I'm looking for? Give me a second. I know I got it. You start to accept. There we go. You start to accept yourself. I know I was going to get it. You start to accept who you are, even if nobody else accepts who you are. You start to accept who you are. And when you start accepting who you are, nobody, I don't care, mama, daddy, sister, brother, whoever, you start to accept who you are. And when you accept who you are, it doesn't matter what other people say about you, what their opinions, their thoughts about it, doesn't matter, because it's all about what you say about yourself. And when you start to accept who you are, the great person that you are, the way you look, your hair texture, your eyes, your lips, your body composition, you start living limitless. And then you start believing in yourself. And then that purpose comes in and you find out what your purpose is. And then when you have that thought that nobody can stop me but me, you start living on a different level. You start living freer. Don't you want to be free? Don't you want to be free of opinions? Don't you want to be free of the opinion of yourself? Don't you want to let it go? You got to be able to let it go, everybody, because when you let it go, you start living limitless. You have to account. You have to account of the limits that you have placed on yourself. You have to take ownership for what you have said and what you have done, how you have sabotaged opportunities. You have sabotaged relationships. You have allowed other people to sabotage you because they were limitless and they want to see you become and live limitless. But those days are done. This is a fresh start. Everybody, I don't care what you have done from January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2022. Today is the 5th. Am I correct? This is the 5th of January, 2023. Welcome not to just a new year, but a new you. It's time to live limitless in your marriage, limitless in your family dynamic, limitless. Spending more time with your children, limitless. Being able to be free in your own skin, limitless. Going for that career, not just that job anymore, limitless. Being able to be the healthiest that you've ever been, being limitless. You have to live on that line. You have to stop living on that line. You have to go above that line and take some leaping. The word that my family is taking right now is leaping. We are leaping, leap year. This is a leap year. And because this is a leap year, we're going for it. And I want you to do the same thing. Leaping, going for it. Stopping. Move. And I'm not talking about move to another city or another state, but move. And it's more than just moving. It's leaping over bounds. It sounds like Superman because you all are supermen and superwomen, but you don't believe it because nobody told you. But I'm telling you today, you're limitless. Your life is limitless. There is no more limits on you. Take the limits off. Hear what I'm saying? Take the limits off of you. Take the limits off of you. You can do it. Take the limits off. Limitless people, they watch what comes out of their mouths. And we're almost done. You got to watch what you say. Like I stated, you got to watch what I say it again. You got to watch what you say about yourself and what you say about other people, because you don't want to be free and then you putting your mouth on somebody and you limit them. So you have to be very careful not only what you say about yourself, but you have to be very careful what you say about other people, because you want to live in limitless life and you want to be able to free people. And that's what I'm doing with this podcast. That's what I'm doing on my radio show called Speak Out Loud every Saturday at 2 p.m. Go download. This is a shameless plug, but go download 716 Fire 716 app on Android and Apple and check me out this Saturday at 2 o'clock. Excuse me. You got to watch what you say. Listen to me. You have to watch your mouth, not watch your mouth. Watch what you say. Be careful what you say. Because if you're not careful of what you say to yourself, but if you're surely not careful what you say to other people, you'll start being a limited downer to other people. When you know to do better, strengthen your brother. When you become free, start freeing other people, because that is what purpose is all about. And this passion, I didn't get to passion. Maybe I'll finish it next week. I'll say this: passion is what drives you. It's the passion is in the driver's seat and it's driving you. And you can't sleep because you got to do it. You can't eat because you got to do it. Whatever that thing is, you got to do it. I'm running out of time, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a part 2 to Limitless next week, because I feel like there's some other pieces, and I might even have somebody come on and help me out with this. Listen, I want to see you become the best version that you can be. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I want to see this. And you might live in another city or a state or country, but I want to see you live limitless. And if you're looking and you've been looking, how can I live my life? I've been limited for so long. I've been unhappy for so long, and I need help. My family it's in turmoil, and we're not getting where we need to. We're fighting, we're fussing. I want you to inbox me. I want you to go on all my social media platforms. You can just inbox me from all my social media platforms and let me know. I need some help individually. My family needs help. We need a reconnection. I want you to inbox me, or you can email me at DMPSpeaks@gmail.com. Again, that's DMP, the word speaks all together, at gmail.com. Or you can inbox me from any social media area and you can get more information, and I will be glad to assist you with whatever that you need, because it's time to live limitless. Let's go get it, y'all. Thank you so much for your time. And as always, I need you guys to do me a favor. I need you